Let's bring in the former deputy director of the CIA's Counterterrorism Center, former official with the FBI's National Security Branch, Phil Mudd, and Terry Strada. Her husband, Tom, was killed in the 9/11 attacks. She is the national chair of the 9/11 Families United. That's the group pushing to make 9/11 material public. First of all, thank you, Phil, for doing this on short notice. Terry, you and I have never had exchange on this before, but I still want to say I am sorry that I have slept on your litigation. I am sorry. I'm supposed to be one of the people who was there that day, who watched what everything happened, and would never forget, and said it was life-changing for me and affirming of my sense of purpose in journalism. And I don't know where that went, because I've been sleeping on this. So tell people why you have been going after the Saudi government, why this lawsuit matters.
Thank you for your sympathies and all of that. It matters so greatly because, as you said, our policies have been predicated on that al-Qaeda acted alone, and that is simply not true. And we now know that this Kingdom of Saudi Arabia was deeply involved in the planning, the plotting, the financial assistance that was given to the hijackers leading up to the attacks, and that al-Bayoumi was a Saudi agent. He was an intelligence officer for the kingdom. And the other two gentlemen, or the other two men that are in the video, were also working, they're diplomats for the kingdom, and they had ties to al-Qaeda. It's very important that we expose the kingdom's role in murdering 3,000 Americans on American soil so we can better protect ourselves going forward.
Yeah, and stop being friends with someone that we knew tried to help us once. Now, Phil, I called a couple of the brothers and sisters who are familiar with your jobs in the past, and I said, hey, am I just missing context here where you can't just point the finger in Saudi Arabia because there was some funding, because there's so much money out of so many different pockets? All five of them said, oh, no, Saudi Arabia is definitely a problem and always has been, but the politics are complicated, Chris. What am I missing, Phil? What is so complicated that we got to leave the Saudis alone about what happened on 9/11?
Boy, I don't know who you talk to, but I don't agree with them. We turned over every stone after 9/11. That's all we did for years. You may remember reading the New York Times back from 01, 02, 03, 04, 05. There weren't any other stories, Chris, including in our conversations, many of our conversations with the President of the United States, President Bush. There weren't any other stories except terrorism. Let me give you two perspectives. One, are there things that we needed back then to investigate regarding Saudi Arabia, including most substantially maybe the fact that a lot of the hijackers were from there, the ideology is from there, the money was from there? Yes. Does this video take us a step forward in saying that somehow the Saudis were complicit in 9/11? I'd say no way. And let me challenge you, that is not an operational video. I've seen operational videos from al-Qaeda. That's not it, Chris.
Look, I don't disagree wholly. I get why Terry thinks it's relevant because the guy has real connections. I totally get it. And I agree with Terry about that. But two things can be true. I'm not saying that this is part of their planning. I'm saying they knew or had reason to know, Phil, and that's why the 9/11 Commission redacted those 28 pages. And that's why it took almost 15 years to get them to come out. And that's why the DOJ and FBI still push back on this, because they want to protect the Saudi government because they mean too much to our oil life.
That's not true. Let me give you a different perspective from inside government. One really base fact. It is easy to classify stuff, and it's hard to make stuff declassified. As someone in the business, as soon as I sign a document, as soon as I send an email, that's secret. It's a problem when I make that not secret because people like you ask questions. That doesn't mean we did something wrong. That doesn't mean we're hiding something. That means when those documents about Saudi Arabia were redacted, people in the FBI and elsewhere said, we don't feel like dealing with this. When I read those documents, and those are years ago now, Chris, I don't think there's that much there. I don't think the documents are that interesting. They should have been redacted years before. But it's easy for the government to classify stuff, and they didn't feel like declassifying it.
Okay, so Terry, I want your take on this with just one little piece of information about Mudd, okay? I love Phil Mudd, and I trust him implicitly, and I have for a very long time. And I'm very open to push back from him. He has only come from a good place in the many years that I've known him. But when you hear his arguments and his understanding of this, how does it square with what you believe?
I say he's dead wrong. I say that it is absolutely an operational video of casing the U.S. Capitol so that they could find their target when they were going to come in with an airplane and slam it into the U.S. Capitol. And thank God we had brave 9/11 members, family members, that were brave enough to try to take back the controls of Flight 93. They were coming to kill our lawmakers. And it is egregious to sit there and say that they did everything they could, the FBI, when they hid a 10-year investigation into the Saudis from everyone, from the American people and from the 9/11 families, and that the Department of Justice right now, the Biden administration, Department of Justice, is fighting us in court and siding with the Saudis to keep everything under a protective order. If the Saudis are so innocent, why not just let it all out there and let everyone see the evidence that we know exists, but the government has decided to keep under protective order from all of us? It's egregious and it is criminal and it needs to end.
Phil Mudd, why doesn't the DOJ just release it all?
I guess I'm a criminal because I was part of that conspiracy. Let me give you a simple explanation, and that is we have a lot of things we deal with the Saudis on. I would not call them allies. I'll call them difficult partners. We deal with them on Iran. We deal with them on Israel. We deal with them on issues like Yemen and the Horn of Africa. You're talking about revealing information about how you potentially spy on someone who's working with you on stuff like Israel and Iran, how you spy on them. Chris, would you do that? I wouldn't. I understand the balance they're facing. How do we tell the American people what we know? And I understand the reason they don't do that, because you don't go out in public and say, this is how we're collecting information on somebody. We have to go to the next day and say, how do we do a deal with Israel? That is not about lying. That's not about criminal activity. That's about difficult balances you face in government. It is not easy, Chris.
Terry, I want you to know that I'm going to follow your lawsuit. As stuff comes out, we're a phone call away. You tell us what you believe deserves attention and isn't getting it. Phil Mudd, you are no criminal. You are a patriot. You did the job for the right reasons. You have been 100% reliable and helpful to me for decades. And I appreciate your pushback on this, even if I don't agree, even if Terry doesn't agree. Here's what we must all agree on. There are more questions than there is curiosity about the answers in the halls of our government about this. And I would like to know more about why. I'm not blaming you, Phil, and I appreciate you very much for talking to us. Terry, you have an ally, and we are a call away. Thank you very much for making your case here tonight. And Phil, I appreciate you answering back and helping inform our perspective on it. Thank you both. Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of News Nation's fact-driven coverage.